We're joined by Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Rob Gray. Great to see you as always, guys. Thank you for coming in. And as you can see, we are socially distanced. Let's just start with Congresswoman Lori Trahan. And Marianne, let me start with you. What did you think of her response to the Ethics Committee clearing her?
Well, look, if it ends with the Ethics Committee, then she's in the clear, and she doesn't really even have a race in 2020. It's her first re-election, so that's a lucky draw for her. However, in the beginning, she didn't admit mistakes. She's admitting them now. She says she didn't know the rules. Her political background was as a political fundraiser for congressional races. So that's a little tough, but for now, she's good.
Rob, what about connecting the dots and as we move forward? What do you think? What's your reaction?
The danger for her was a primary opponent who, used this against her. The filing deadline has passed. Now the Ethics Committee has cleared her. I think she knows she has a clean bill of health, and politically, I think she does.
Next item, the police reform bill. It continues to make its way through the legislature last week. Dozens of Massachusetts police chiefs gathering for a news conference to say that they are not being heard. Rob, do they have a valid point?
They do, because this has been a rush to legislation that we usually don't see in the Massachusetts State House. They normally don't move this fast. We have a Charlie Baker version, a House version, a Senate version. But now that the police chiefs have spoken up, and they do have a point, I think there will be a logjam trying to settle the differences, so it may well slow down here.
Has the legislature done enough listening, or no, Rob?
Well, again, it's been a rush, and in COVID, they're not having lots of hearings in the normal course of consideration here. So a lot of this legislation has been thrown together on the back of an envelope.
Marianne, is it a valid point?
I wish the police chiefs, instead of having a press conference, actually individually had town hall meetings in every one of their communities and let the community tell them what their concerns are, and they can tell the community what their concerns are, the police chiefs, and go from there and build trust. Even in the smallest communities in Massachusetts now, police forces have been militarized. So it's an essentially adversarial relationship rather than a community relationship that all of us grew up with. And I think reestablishing trust is the most important thing here. And from that, the best reforms will come.
And I'll ask you the same follow-up that I mentioned to Rob. Is the legislature listened enough? Have they done enough listening?
Look, you can never listen too much, right? And so the fact that the police chiefs have pushed back, but I think there's more work to be done by the police chiefs and the police officers in these communities before the legislation really gets finalized.
Next item, it might be the hottest thing right now, is the back-to-school politics. I know this is the last weekend in July. We're moving into August. Many schools opening up at the end of August. Both Governor Charlie Baker and Boston Mayor Marty Walsh are trying to hold the middle ground on all of this. Marianne, let me start with you. Is that dangerous ground where they can't make anyone happy, or is that the only place they can be?
The only place they should be is making sure that it's safe for kids to go to school, and that is not a fact yet. At all, which is why you see these, I'll do a few days here, maybe you'll be home, maybe you'll do this. The only thing that matters is it safe? And no one has said it is safe under any form or any combination to send a child to school. And in the past week alone, we've seen reports of the neurological damage done to kids, the respiratory damage done to kids. Why would you sacrifice your kids' health and well-being to go to school? It makes no sense, and especially if you're a politician.
Rob, what do you think? What do you think? Because this is a touchy issue.
Well, what do we know, Eddie, from last spring? We know that remote learning is a joke. And the governor knows that, and the mayor knows that. But the problem is that the logistics of getting kids to go to school safely, given our schools how they're set up, many of them are overcrowded, many kids have to get there on buses. You can't win. It's a no-win situation. But parents are getting nervous. They're trying to make plans for how they're going to work in the fall.
Right.
But a lot of this is trial and error, and I think it's going to go right down to the wire in terms of what's the best, safest model where kids can actually learn.
The best thing that could have been done, honestly, and I've said it a dozen times on the show, everyone should have doubled down on distance learning, made sure it worked well, helped parents become better educators as part of their parenting. There's nothing more important. We could have done so much more by now, and then when we have the inevitable snow days, use distance learning.
Distance learning meaning in the classroom distance, or distance over the computer at home?
Over the computer at home. It's the safest place to be.
It just doesn't work. I mean, especially for elementary schools. I agree. I mean, you got to make it better. But what would be nice is if the mayor and the governor could be aligned on this. That would go a long way, because with closing the schools in the spring, we didn't have that alignment.
Yeah, shut it down.
Next item is what's happening in Portland, Oregon to start, and then other cities. Baker and Walsh also are on the same page when it comes to the deployment of the federal agents to U.S. cities. They don't want it. But President Trump has proven with Portland, Oregon that he will do it. Marianne, a simple question. Could it happen here?
Yes, and this is exactly why on this show about 6 weeks ago, I said using the National Guard for the protest here is opening the door to Trump's rogue militia. Here we are. We had soldiers on Newbury Street with the biggest AK-47s like they were in the middle of Fallujah. Now this could happen in the birthplace of democracy. It would be a disaster, and I'm not going to be surprised if it happens.
Rob.
Trump screwed this up. I mean, the feds can't work with the states. That's ridiculous. Tom Ridge, the former Homeland Security director under Republican presidents, has criticized Trump. However, the best way to stop this from happening is to stop there being any riots. Let's keep law and order in our cities, and then we don't have to cross this bridge.
All politics.